Well, hi there. I would just like to post a quick news update about the situation here in Bacolod City regarding the enhanced community quarantine that is currently under effect in the city. Before I do that, I would just like to take this opportunity to please ask you to subscribe to the channel. I'm doing news updates here about things going on during the quarantine, and then once the quarantine is lifted, we're gonna be posting more fun content about life here in Bacolod City and how it is to live here in the Philippines. We're gonna visit interesting places. We're gonna be trying more and more Philippine beer and other fun stuff, so please consider subscribing. Thank you so much. Moving on. So when the quarantine was first established here in Negros Occidental, it was planned to last until today. Actually, April the 14th was gonna be the final day, but however, a few days ago that was extended throughout the whole region until the end of the month. And I made a video about that previously, so you can go check that out. But just today, here in Bacolod City, more restrictions on this quarantine was landed through executive order by the mayor. And so now further limitations on the use of the quarantine pass has been introduced. And the way things work is that your quarantine pass has a series of numbers, and you will go by the last number of your pass. And if it is an odd number, you will be able to go out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if your pass ends in an even number, you will be allowed to go out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. In both cases, you're allowed to go out from 4 a.m. till 10 p.m. only for purchasing groceries, other essentials, going to pharmacies, doctor's appointments, and the like. On Sundays, no one in the general public is allowed to go out. Supermarkets, groceries, and public markets shall now require all customers to present their valid passes upon entry. Those without the same shall not be allowed to enter. Frontline and essential government workers and those from the private sector providing essential services shall be exempt, provided they present their valid IDs. And this order will take effect tomorrow, April 15th. So hopefully everyone is aware so you don't get caught out on the wrong day. And it will be in effect until the end of the quarantine on the 30th, as far as we know now, if nothing further happens. Now I'd like to share a few quick thoughts that I have on the issue. And first, I kind of find it a little strange that markets and supermarkets and grocery stores now are in charge of checking these passes. Normally it is being enforced by the Philippine police and the Philippine army, but now the grocery stores are supposed to enforce it and deny you entry if you don't have your pass with you. I suspect that won't be followed very closely at all places, but we'll see about that. It doesn't matter to me because I will always have my pass when going out, of course. The second and more serious thought that I have is that it really limits the ability of people here to move freely. And for example, there are a lot of things I can plan, such as grocery purchases, but if I have sort of a medical emergency, a doctor's appointment, any number of reasons why I might need to go out, and that doesn't fall on one of the days that I'm allowed to go out, I will simply have to break this rule. And as you saw, there is no exception listed for things like that for everyday people. It's just for those essential workers and for government workers and the like. So what would happen then is if I would go to the hospital, I would probably, if I got stopped by someone and shown my papers and it is the wrong number on my pass, I would simply be at the mercy of the person checking my papers. I could explain to them why I have to go out that day, but it's gonna be purely up to them if they're gonna allow me to go, if they're gonna send me home, if they're gonna fine me, if they're gonna arrest me. I don't know what would happen. It's simply their judgment that decides what happens at that point. So that is a major problem. I have a doctor's appointment, but I'm just so lucky that it actually is on a Thursday, which is one of the days that I am allowed to go out because my pass ends with a 0. So guess I got lucky there, but it could just as well been the other way around. So, and at that point, what can you do? I'll post more updates if any other executive orders happens, but for now, this is how it's gonna be for the next just over 2 weeks until the end of the month. So take care, everyone, and do plan ahead for when you're gonna go out. Otherwise, you might get into trouble. So be well. See you soon. Bye bye.